What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news update video because Michael Olise's representative has met with Liverpool officials. That's the latest exclusive news, and this gets the ball rolling of Liverpool trying to sign Michael Olise, who is one of the most exciting wingers in world football right now. His numbers for Bayern Munich are absolutely exceptional. He already has 8 goals and 6 assists in just 15 games this season for Bayern Munich. So he has 14 goal contributions in 15 games, and last season was his breakthrough season at Bayern, where he had 17 goals and 18 assists for Bayern as Bayern won the Bundesliga. And Liverpool are really serious about Michael Olise being Mo Salah's replacement in the long run. And Michael Olise's representative and intermediary called Glenn Tveneboa, he has met with Liverpool officials recently to discuss the details of a potential move for Michael Olise from Bayern Munich to Liverpool. And of course it will be very costly. It will cost Liverpool north of £100 million, maybe even as high as Alexander Isak's transfer fee. Let me know in the comments below, do you think Michael Olise is worth that much? How much do you think Liverpool should bid for Michael Olise in order to get him to join Liverpool? Let me know in the comments below. And I have kind of a bad news. My laptop died yesterday as I was editing the new episode of the Liverpool FC26 Liverpool Career Mode, so there might not be a new episode for a few days while I get my laptop fixed, or I might have to buy a new laptop in the end, which is really unfortunate if that's the case, because those laptops are really expensive where you can really edit high-end videos. So if you can, please support me on Patreon, because I need the financial support right now as I'm ahead of this big purchase, buying a new laptop. Link is in the video's description. Thank you so much for your awesome support. Louis Steele, who is a Liverpool-based journalist, is very reliable, and he said that Michael Olise is a big target for Liverpool, one of the priority transfer targets for Liverpool. And Liverpool have Michael Olise as one of the top priority options for the next transfer window, or the next big summer transfer window, because Liverpool are really interested in Michael Olise, and they have been putting in the groundwork, talking with his agent, with his representatives, and to Michael Olise behind the scenes as well. And the Spanish news outlet Fichajes, of course, already are putting in sensational headlines saying that Liverpool are preparing to make a historic move for Michael Olise in the transfer market. Of course, the reports vary on how much Liverpool are going to offer. Some reports are even saying that Liverpool are going to bid £150 million, which I can't really see, even though Liverpool can spend that amount of money in the transfer market. We just spent £450 million in the summer transfer window. Of course, we sold a lot of players as well for around close to £300 million as well. But Liverpool have placed Michael Olise at the top of their transfer wish list as they prepare for life after Mo Salah. And Mo Salah had a slow start to the season, to his own incredibly high standards. But Mo Salah scored 2 goals recently for Egypt as Egypt qualified for the next World Cup, which is only their 4th qualification in the history of the World Cup. So that's a very significant milestone for Egyptian football. And Salah scored 2 goals against, I think it was Djibouti, as Egypt ran out 3-0 winners. But Salah eventually will depart Liverpool in 1 or 2 years, which will be a very sad and emotional moment because he's an absolute Liverpool legend. But Michael Olise could be a perfect replacement, and Liverpool are willing to spend more than £100 million, and that demonstrates how much Liverpool rate Michael Olise and how much Liverpool want Michael Olise, and how determined Liverpool are to stay at the competitive level. I think you saw it in the summer transfer window that Liverpool's ambitions cannot be questioned. We want to not just get to the top and win the Premier League, but we want to stay there. We want to keep winning Premier League titles and Champions Leagues as well. And the club has been clear about aligning the transfer strategy, the recruitment, with Arne Slot's vision for a dynamic, fluid attack that continues to excite supporters. But yes, for some reason Liverpool's attack hasn't clicked yet, but I think with Florian Wirtz, Isak Ekitike and Salah and Gakpo, these are very good, very intelligent, world-class players, and it will gel, it will click. We just need time and patience and maybe a easier fixture list, because if we are brutally honest, Liverpool have had some of the toughest fixtures to start the season. We already played Newcastle away, Chelsea away, Crystal Palace away, Arsenal at home. These are very, very tough fixtures. Even the Bournemouth game, I mean, Bournemouth are in the top 4 in the Premier League, which shows that how strong they are. So Liverpool had a very tough run, and we are still just 1 point of Arsenal. So nothing is decided yet, and Liverpool can click at any time. And hopefully, yes, we have some tough fixtures, but hopefully Liverpool can win against Man United, and that will give Liverpool the confidence boost that is needed, desperately needed, and also we can gain some momentum, because as Jurgen Klopp famously said, momentum is like a little fragile flower. It's very hard to blossom it, to grow it, and it takes just one step to destroy it. It's very easy to destroy momentum and to stop momentum, and it's very hard to grow it. So that's what Liverpool need to do. We need to grow momentum in the next few days, weeks and months. Louis Steele also commented on something interesting, that Liverpool are holding Semenyo in high regard. Semenyo has been one of the best players so far in the Premier League. He has started the season on fire, and Liverpool were thinking about pursuing Semenyo, but maybe Liverpool thought he's not really ready to be a Liverpool level player yet. But Semenyo's start to the season just showed what an incredible player he has been. And Liverpool wanted a versatile forward. Hugo Ekitike has been that kind of player, that he can play not just as a number 9, but he can play on the wing as well. And Semenyo also is a very versatile forward, where he can play as a striker, he can play as a winger. And Semenyo is definitely one to watch, as in Liverpool are keeping an eye on him and interested in him, and watching his career grow and blossom. And of course, it was current sporting director at Liverpool who signed Semenyo to Bournemouth, because he used to work at Bournemouth, Richard Hughes, and he has seen his excellent performances at Bristol City, and he has kicked on this season and started the season in tremendous form. But I don't think Semenyo is at the level where he can be a long-term Mo Salah replacement. I think we need a Michael Olise type of superstar, world-class player, because Mo Salah will leave such a void in Liverpool when his goals will be gone and when his assists will be gone. Then Liverpool need to rethink their attack and their attacking strategy as well. Also, circling back to Michael Olise, let's talk about him a little bit more, because Bayern's chiefs have warned Liverpool over this Olise transfer. On a podcast, sporting director of Bayern Munich, Christoph Freund, said this: "We are not under any pressure to sell Michael Olise or any of our superstars. We can imagine Olise playing for Bayern for the next 7 or 8 or even 9 years. Michael has a long-term contract. He proved himself and he took steps forward." And the Bayern's director of sport, Max Eberl, who is responsible for Bayern's transfers, he said, Olise still has over 3.5 years left on his contract. He will increasingly become a decisive factor in Bayern's game and shape the future of this team. And if it's up to us, then the longer Michael Olise stays, the better. He had other offers, but we were able to show him the path he could take with us, explaining how he could become a key figure at Bayern and consistently win titles here. And that's how we convinced Michael Olise to join Bayern Munich. The signing of Olise was based on a very strong conviction on both sides. We at Bayern were convinced that he is precisely the kind of player who will significantly contribute to our success in the coming years, and Michael was convinced of our sporting concept. You can see from the reading between the lines that the Bayern Chiefs don't want to sell Olise, really, but of course every player has a price, and if Michael Olise's head is turned, and who knows, maybe he thinks he has unfinished business in the Premier League. Remember Mo Salah, he left the Premier League, went to Fiorentina and then Roma, and he still felt this hunger to show the world that he can cut it in the Premier League. And Michael Olise wasn't like spectacular in the Premier League. So maybe he thinks he has unfinished business in the Premier League. And I think it's a great strategy for Liverpool to sign Michael Olise before Salah leaves Liverpool, so they can play together for maybe one year, and Michael Olise can learn from Salah and he can develop even more, because Salah has an absolute wealth of experience, so many years at Liverpool. I think this is his 9th year, if I remember correctly, and for 8 years Salah has been sensational. He didn't really have an off season. Maybe he had seasons where he's only scored like 22, 23 goals, but that's still, as a winger, a spectacular season. So he didn't have one really bad season, Mo Salah. He had good seasons and he had great seasons and he had spectacular seasons, like last season where he had 57 goal contributions in 52 games. So Michael Olise can learn a lot from Mo Salah and he can develop even more and maybe go to the next level, because I still think that Michael Olise has another level to go to. He's not the finished article. Michael Olise can still become even better. He's just 23 years old, so he's still a young player. Usually wingers peak at 26, 27, 28. In Salah's case, he absolutely peaked at like 30, 31, 32 years old. So Michael Olise can still get even better. And it was great to see that Jeremy Frimpong and Cody Gakpo played for the Netherlands in a World Cup qualifier where Gakpo scored 2 goals and got an assist. He had a great game. He scored 2 penalties, yes, but still, that's a really good performance. Van Dijk, Frimpong, Gravenberch, Gakpo all played. Frimpong was substituted in the 67th minute, but yeah, that was a really, really good game from the Netherlands. And it looks like Alexander Isak is almost fully fit. He has had to go through a lot of like training, and it was almost like a mini pre-season. Sorry about the lighting. It is coming through the shades. The sun just came up. So Alexander Isak said in an interview to a Swedish news outlet, "Tomorrow I will be ready for 90 minutes if needed. Now it has been a month since the last international break. I've got a lot more playing time. Things have calmed down. I feel in a much better position now than last time, which is really, really good." But Isak has been sharper than a month ago, and Sweden will play Switzerland in a World Cup qualifier, and hopefully Isak will play and get maybe a goal or an assist and get some confidence, because we really need fully fit and firing Isak to help Liverpool. Ekitike has been sensational this season, but Isak, of course, has needed time to get his fitness up and his sharpness up. But now I think he's ready to bang in some goals for Liverpool. And also, Louis Steele also was asked about Arne Slot's new contract, and he said that it is on the agenda at Liverpool, and something that his agent, Arne Slot's agent, Rafael Pimenta, is working on. Of course, Liverpool fans will recall Jurgen Klopp, who joined 10 years ago this week, was already in negotiations with Mike Gordon by January 2016. So Liverpool want to act quickly here, otherwise they risk Arne Slot entering his last contracted season next year. So Louis Steele would be surprised if Arne Slot has not agreed to a new deal by the time next season starts. And Arne Slot, when he was asked about it back in May, he seemed keen to get a new contract, and he did not deny that talks had taken place. So it's just a matter of time, and I think Arne Slot deserves a new contract. Winning the Premier League title in your first season has been sensational, and this season, of course, the results have been great. The performances have not, but with a new team and a lot of new players together, that was bound to happen. So I'm really, really happy that Arne Slot is getting a new contract. Hopefully it's just a matter of time before it is thrashed out. And that's it for today's video. I will try to get my laptop fixed as soon as possible, or I might have to buy a new one. So if you can, please support me on Patreon, and I will be back with more transfer news videos later this week. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.